This episode of Hawk Talk is brought to you by Charbonneau Car Center and Dacotah Bank.
Hi, and welcome back to this week's edition of Hawk Talk. I'm Coulter Hickok, and I'm joined here with a bunch of guys, so please introduce yourself, I guess your weight class if you wanted to, and where you're from and what do you do here at DSU.
I'm Kyle Anderson. I wrestle heavyweight, and I'm from Hamilton, Montana.
I'm Sam Adams. I wrestle 197, and I'm from Buffalo, South Dakota.
I'm Colin Speelmon. I also wrestle 197, and I'm from Miles City, Montana.
I'm Caleb Neilson. I wrestle 141, and I'm from Lisbon, North Dakota.
I'm Dante Venema. I wrestle 141, and I'm from Pinesdale, Montana.
I'm Tayt Wolding. I wrestle 149, and I'm from New Salem, North Dakota.
Well, if you couldn't tell by saying their weight classes on the Blue Hawk wrestling team, not all of them, Coach Select, he gave me some names that are pretty interesting. I want to ask you guys, did you guys come up with these nicknames that he gave me, or were these ones that were just like kind of passed down from previous wrestlers?
Those are definitely nicknames that Coach sat down and went, this will be really funny, and then emailed them out to you. I don't think any of us had any input at all into any of these.
Would you guys like to mention the names that I was emailed, or was that something for a different time?
I think we can mention
Let's do it.
Yeah. I'm Big Kyle. I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory, honestly.
I'm the Adams family. Never once have I been called that. So.
Yeah, I'm the Miles City Weird Kid. That's just one that, spur of the moment, I think Coach came up with.
I'm just Lisbon, so.
I'm Venom. I think it just kind of goes along with my last name, Venema. So.
I guess I'm Wolding the Holstein. I've never been called that before in my life, but
You are a Holstein.
I guess, yeah.
I was concerned because I thought these were your actual names there for a second, and I looked on the roster, and I never did I find a Miles City Weird Kid. So I just wanted to talk to you guys about how do you guys come to DSU?
So my coach in high school, he actually wrestled for DSU, and so did his son. And when he would come home for the breaks, when he was in college, he would come in our room and help out and stuff. And so my senior year, he got into contact with me about wrestling in college, and he gave me Coach Schleck's information, and the rest is history.
My sister started dating a DSU wrestler, and then that ended up getting married, and I was like, how cool would it be to follow in his footsteps and be an All-American like he did? So that's why I came to DSU.
I pretty much, was a senior in high school, decided that I really wanted to keep wrestling, and so after my season was over, my high school head coach, he got in contact with Coach Schlecht, and here I am.
I got about the same story as Con. I wanted to continue my wrestling and academic career, and DSU was perfect.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same as Kyle. The same guy that recruited him recruited me. He was one of my high school coaches, and I wasn't really looking to wrestle after high school, but, I thought, why not give it a chance, and here we are.
Yeah, so I'm actually a transfer from the University of Mary, and I guess after the first year there, COVID kind of hit, and being back home and on the farm quite a bit more, I decided that I wanted to continue my career in the egg field, so I guess that's why I'm at Dickinson now. Great wrestling program, great egg program, so.
Very cool. I'm glad you guys are all here. So I don't know who wants to do it, but give us a little bit of a recap of the season so far.
Yeah, so I can do that. So in December, we went to Great Falls and wrestled a couple duels and then a tournament there. It was a pretty good showing for the first tournament. We had a lot of guys place, and that's a pretty good tournament to start out on. So that was good. And then we went to, we had a home duel here, and then went to a tournament in Hastings, Nebraska, where a couple of us placed there too. We had some good matches. And then we had a couple duels last week, and then we're supposed to go to Missouri, which ended up getting canceled for us. But now we're back on track. We got our home meets this week, and just working for the end of the season.
And then you guys are just a few weeks away from the Heart of America tournament. I mean, how are you guys getting prepared for that right now?
Lots of practices and lots of workouts, and just keeping your nose down and grinding.
Working on stuff that we didn't think was going to come. Now it's the end of the year, and now we're trying to fine-tune everything, getting the right technique down, getting in better shape, just working out as hard as we can.
Pretty much just working on everything, little things, improvements here and there, studying film, talking with coaches, just everything we can to get ready for the end of the season.
Yeah, just pushing each other every day in the room and getting better.
Yep. Like I said, we missed Missouri Valley last week, so we've kind of had a big chunk to sit and reflect, watch film, and look at what we really need to fix, and just kind of pound that and get better at that stuff. Get ready for the end.
Yeah, definitely just getting the extra workouts in, holding each other accountable to that stuff, and just making sure that you're watching film, breaking down stuff that maybe you're not seeing, but the coaches are seeing.
So we have some fun questions around here on Hawk Talk. Have you guys ever seen it at all?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. So you guys have probably been wrestling for all your lives. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
No? Well, I mean, do you still have a favorite memory from your entire career of your wrestling season so far?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. You want to elaborate on that?
Let's come back
All right.
after.
So, well, my favorite is probably by far my senior year, my last match when I wrestled for 3rd and 4th at state. I got done, I walked off, and one of the recruiters in the stands, as I was walking off the mat, looked down at my coach and yelled, "Does that kid want to wrestle in college?" And that was probably one of the coolest experiences I had, because it opened my eyes that the possibility to wrestle in college was there for me, and I was really happy with that.
My favorite memory is probably all the wrestling trips that I took in high school. From being from Hardin County, we didn't have a big wrestling team, so we got to take vans everywhere, just a van, I guess. So just being close to everyone, and love the coach there. So it was literally blast every trip we had. Didn't matter how far, didn't matter how long, it was always fun.
I think I've kind of got two. The first off is my just second year wrestling when I was 11, winning my very first tournament. It's kind of a big deal and really exciting to think about, getting me started towards where I am now. And then kind of on the other side of that is my sophomore year taking 5th place at regionals was pretty big and exciting. It's like I'm here, I'm doing what I really wanted to do, and just kind of an awesome moment overall.
Mine was winning our first state championship duel in high school my sophomore year. It was pretty sweet because the year before that we lost in the finals, so it was pretty sweet to get that win.
Yeah, so I guess my favorite is just, it's kind of like every year, at the end of the season, you're with the guys, your season's just finished and you're just getting together, partying, whatever, and just kind of reflecting on the season. It's kind of bittersweet, it's over, but still got another year ahead of you, or some guys don't, but just the camaraderie and, you're with the boys, it's always a good time.
Yeah, I don't know if I have a specific moment, but definitely just having my dad as a head coach in high school, being in my corner and having him a part of my journey throughout high school, and he even follows me pretty close in college, so I guess that's a pretty cool memory that I'll always cherish forever for the rest of my life. So.
Sweet. Oh, I mean, sweet. Sorry, I'm mushing out there for a second. And then I was talking to Payson Dirk. He was on last year. He said that Vision Quest is the most quintessential wrestling movie. Is that still true?
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure anybody that's ever wrestled has watched that movie and went out and ran a couple miles afterwards because they were inspired by it.
Absolutely. I mean, Loden, I remember that's his name. He goes and fights, wrestles a different weight class. I mean, what a great story.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw a caution in there because I've never seen Vision Quest.
What?
Just so you guys know.
You shall be
I've
shunned.
not seen it, but I know what it's about. I haven't seen it.
I guess we're watching that movie. Yeah.
So you guys are finally back at home this weekend. How does it feel, or what does it mean to wrestle in front of a home crowd?
It's awesome. The last time I got to do it was actually my sophomore year. I was hurt last year, so I didn't get to wrestle. And being able to compete in front of your friends and your family, if they're able to make it, is one of the best feelings you can have, especially being in college, because it's just a different level. And so the experience is unbelievable.
I was also hurt last year, so I never got to wrestle in front of a home crowd until we were dual University of Mary this year. And I remember coming out, I was like, holy crap, this is a whole new environment, and this is awesome. And I'm sure the tournament's going to be the same way, so I'm excited for that.
I'm actually coming off an injury right now. This will be my first week back. I got hurt in my first match in our second duel when we went to Great Falls, so it's kind of awesome to be able to just come out and all the recovery time, everything that's been going in, to get to come out and just wrestle again in front of the home crowd is just kind of extra special, I think.
Yeah, I've never been able to wrestle in the home plumber tournament because last year got canceled due to COVID, so pretty excited. Go out there and get it done.
Yeah, it's always good getting in front of the home crowd. You know, like Kyle said, it's nice when your family can come see you know, in person, because we travel a lot, so you don't get a lot of chances for that. But it's really good to be out in front of everybody and representing the school. So.
Yeah, it's definitely fun to bring all your college friends out and show them what you have been practicing on, you know, doing since August, basically. So I guess then they kind of get a sense on what you've been working hard towards for 6 months or whatever. So that's always fun.
Very cool. So we asked this question to all the guests who come on Hawk Talk, and I'm super excited to hear it 6 times. But what does DSU mean to all of you?
DSU to me means bettering my education while also chasing my dreams of being a college wrestler. The last 3.5, 4 years have been probably some of the best of my life, and I can thank DSU for that. It is an incredible experience, and I'm so thankful for it.
Being from South Dakota, it's a small town, just like anywhere in South Dakota, basically. So it's nice community, nice environment. It's low cost of attendance here, so it's like I get to come out, wrestle, go to class, go to school, and then not worry about spending tons of money on an education that I might not use. But I know from education from Dickinson I will use. So.
For me, it's just kind of having that opportunity to come out and do what I love, go to school for what I want to do, set me up for the rest of my life, and also have this kind of tight-knit brotherhood. Aren't any dudes I'd rather be hanging out with all the time, working hard with, and chasing goals and dreams with.
Yeah, like Sam and Con said, it's a family, brotherhood on the team. That's probably my favorite part about DSU.
Yeah, I would say, you know, DSU to me is an opportunity to grow myself physically as well as mentally, you know, getting the academics that I need, but being in the room, getting stronger, healthier, you know, working out with these guys. These are my best friends, you know. Like, there's nothing like it. It's gotta experience it to really know.
Yeah, I guess Dickinson to me just, it's a great place for me to get a degree that I want to achieve. And I mean, like everyone else, I feel like I'm just repeating what everyone said, but this is a brotherhood that everyone shares, and we'll have it for the rest of our lives, no matter what happens. So that's pretty special.
Well, guys, I just want to thank you for coming in. If you're not doing anything Friday and Saturday, make sure you go to Scott Gym. We got the Tyler Plummer tournament on Saturday, and then a duel against Minnesota West Community College, I believe.
Yep.
So make sure that you guys go to Scott Gym this weekend. But thank you guys once again. We'll be right back right after this.
Welcome back, Hawk fans, to our on-campus interview. With me today, I have a super special guest and the NAIA Player of the Week for women's basketball. So if you're at home, give her some claps right now. Thanks for being on with me today.
Thanks for having me.
Would you introduce yourself with your name, where you're from, and what you do at Dickinson State?
I'm Courtney Olsen. I'm from Mandan, North Dakota, and I play basketball here.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being with me today.
Yeah, of course.
So you're a senior right now,
Yep.
Year 2 on Dickinson State basketball. What was the recruitment process like for you?
It was kind of different because I didn't know really where I wanted to go or what I really wanted to do with my life. I was like, I don't know. And so we played like recruitment like kind of day thing with Neilson from when I was at BSC, and so I was like, well, I don't really know if I want to go to Dickinson. But then towards the end of this BSC career, I was like, you know, I kind of want to stay close to home. So I was like, I reached out to him, and he was pretty jacked when I told him.
Oh, that's super good. We're jacked too. Considering how your last week went, you're kind of a boss.
Yeah, thanks.
So, like we said earlier, you're the NAIA and North Star Women's Basketball Player of the Week. That's a huge accomplishment.
Thank you.
So what went into that preparation for you?
Just pushing myself every day, working hard during the summer, trying to get better and just be the overall best player I can be.
That's great. How did you feel when you got the news?
I really didn't know until this morning, and Rachel texted me, she goes, congrats, and I was like, congrats on what? Like, what happened? And she told me, I was like, oh. I was like, well, I'm in class right now, so I don't really know how to answer this.
Well, if you were tired, I'm sure that helped
Yeah.
wake you up.
I was like, oh,
That's
interesting.
really cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So, for you personally, do you have any pregame rituals?
I like to drink Sprite or drink any kind of pop and
Oh my
eat some
gosh.
Skittles.
So, what kind of Skittles?
The red Skittles.
The red Skittles?
Yeah.
Chef's kiss.
They're
Do you
the
have
only good ones.
Any halftime rituals?
No, not really. I eat like candy during halftime because I get like really tired. So then I'm like, well, I might as well eat some candy.
Is
so.
it Skittles the same thing?
Yeah, Skittles or any type of candy.
It's your go-to?
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. So, what are your personal goals at Dickinson State University moving forward?
Just to leave an impact and try and make the best of it. Like, you know, our season isn't like the best that's gone, but I'm just trying to make the most of it and make an impact and show anybody that they can play at the college level.
Definitely. Well, you've done a great job representing Dickinson State, and BSC, your hometown. I'm sure they're super proud of you. So moving forward this week, you guys will be going up this Friday against Mayville home, and they just saw us on Saturday. And you secured the win for DSU with that buzzer beater. 0.4 seconds was on the clock.
Yep.
That must have been a phenomenal feeling. I remember being in the stands. We're all screaming. The crowd went wild. So we have some footage of that we'll probably show. But what did that feel like?
I really don't remember it. I just remember like afterwards Shaylee was like holding me up and I was like, does it count? And I was like, what if it didn't count? Because then you have to go into overtime. And I was like, I really don't want to go into overtime. So I was just like, well, here we go. It was just a great feeling.
That's really cool.
So
what are your game day predictions for this Friday against Mayville?
If we come out like we should, I think we'll win.
Definitely.
But I'm pretty confident we'll win.
Definitely. Well, you guys work hard. We see you in the gym all the time. We see you in the weight room. You guys are conditioning your butts off. You do so much running. So I'm sure that hard work is definitely going to pay off.
Yeah.
How do you feel going into the game?
Pretty
as
good.
the National Player of the Week.
Pretty
Flex on some kids.
No, I try to stay humble as much as I can because I know that anybody can win on any night. So I'm like, well, I just got to come out and do my thing and hope it goes well.
Yeah. That's a great answer.
Thanks.
That's the best perspective to have too.
Yeah.
So we always have like a little funny question on Hawk Talk. So my funny question for you is, what's your best impression of your head coach, Coach Eric Neilson?
Oh, he goes like this a lot.
Oh my God.
That's his best.
Is that directed towards you most of the time?
No,
No?
not me.
No.
Mostly my teammates.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
awesome. Thank you for that. My last question for you, and our staple question we have here on Hawk Talk, is, what does DSU mean to you?
It means a lot because without DSU, I wouldn't be able to continue my education or my basketball career. So it's given me a lot of like opportunities that I wouldn't have without it.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being on with me today. You absolutely crushed it. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Congrats on National and Conference Player of the Week.
Thank you.
You're a beast. I know I've heard lots of people today shouting you out and saying how proud they were to be a Dickinson State person right now and everything. So,
Thank
congrats.
you. Thank you.
And catch us right after this for the recap.
My name is Dan Glauser, and I graduated in 2001.
So what was your favorite memory from being at DSU?
just the relationships that you're able to make, the teammates, the classmates, the professors, being able to meet all the new people, and it's amazing how close you become friends in 4 years, and be able to stay in contact, and just to keep those relationships throughout the year. You met some of my best friends I met in college.
So my last question for you is, what does DSU mean to you?
Like they say, it's a family. It really is. The people that you meet are special people, and the interests are really similar, and it's easy to click with people like that. So, throughout all the years since the time I've graduated, some of my best friends are the guys that I met in college, and the girls in college, and to see them succeed, and throughout their career and everything, it's a really special thing.
And welcome back for the recap. I mean, we're going to try and get through this as fast as we can, but we still had a lot of things happen over at DSU. So the men's basketball team, they went 1-1 on the weekend. They played Presentation on Friday and Mayville on Saturday. Aydin Tosic had an incredible overtime last-second shot to beat Presentation on Friday. Unfortunately, lost 87-80 on Friday, but then they're going to get a chance at redemption because the Hawks are headed up to Presentation on Saturday, or I guess Mayville on Friday, and then Presentation on Saturday. So a little chance of redemption to let's get a victory on the weekend. But then the women had a clean sweep on the weekend, winning against Presentation in Mayville, winning 65-45 on Friday, and then winning in a last-second shot by Courtney Olsen on Saturday, 78-76. Courtney Olsen was also named the North Star Player of the Week, along with the NAIA Player of the Week, with a 38-point career high for her. So congrats to her. As you can probably have watched previous, you just saw her in Kiera in an interview in Scott Gym. So congratulations, Courtney. Couldn't be more proud of you. We've had you on the show before, and now we've had you on again, so congrats to you. Track and field, men's and women's, they were in Black Hills State this last weekend. Both men's and women's, they placed first. Women were one of 6 teams, and then the men were first of 8 teams. Congrats to you guys. We had Dane Allen and Caitlin McCauley named the North Star Field and Runners of Athletes of the Week. Dane Allen being the field and Caitlin being the Runner Athlete of the Week. They will be in Grand Forks next for their next tournament. What'd you call it? Yeah, it'd be a meet. There we go. Just working in my own head. And then wrestling. We had all of these Hawks on, as you just saw. They are going to duel against Minnesota West Community College on Friday, and then there's going to be the Tyler Plummer Classic on Saturday. Make sure you come to Scott Gym and watch. Make sure you guys follow us on our social medias at DSU Heritage Fund on Twitter and on Instagram at DSU Foundation. We couldn't do this without you guys. Sponsors, Trace, Ron. Ron's on vacation right now, so we got Trace behind the camera. Thank you to everybody, Kiera, myself, Hillary, and Gunner. Thanks to everybody, to the Heritage Foundation, Channel 18. See you next week, but until then, Hawks are up.